What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose. You're now watching MVP, and let's just cut straight to the chase. Now, as you already know, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and even though I wasn't too excited about the new direction of the franchise, when I heard the new trailer was dropping today, my reaction was yeah. But after watching it, my reaction has kind of changed to now, let me preface this by saying I don't think this is going to be a bad movie. On the contrary, I reckon it's going to be a pretty much average summer fare. Good jokes, great special effects, gonna tug at your heartstrings for those nostalgic points, I mean, come on, it could be worse. So let's discuss the excellent parts of the trailer, because boy, there is a lot of excellent. Excellent! So, unlike the movie that shall not be named, this version of Ghostbusters looks like it's been played more straight, like the original. It definitely seems like they're going for a heavier sense of drama, weight, and emotion, which definitely is going to add some stakes to the story as it goes on. And you can tell already that even though the movie will have comedic elements, that the characters won't be two-dimensional cartoons, which is always great to see from a movie. Even the cinematography has taken a more serious approach, with more muted colours, more somber tones, and just a general more mature atmosphere that adds an atmosphere to the movie that actually gives you a more horror type vibe than a straight up comedy. And that scene with Ecto 1 in the wheat field, it was straight up awesome. Stupid, but I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of awesome. So with all these factors boding so well for the trailer, what could possibly be wrong? Well, it's just not Ghostbusters.
That stuff went everywhere, by the way, in every crack. Very hard to wash off.
But we'll get back to that. Let's start with what is, in my opinion, the biggest problem for this movie, the cast. Now, I haven't seen the movie, obviously, nobody has, but the fact that they are children literally destroys all the stakes for this movie. Number one, you know they're not going to get hurt. You knew the original Ghostbusters weren't going to die, but the situations of peril that they did get themselves into and the adult situations which they subverted by making them surreal, we just won't see that in the movie with these kids. For instance, we had that awesome scene of Ray and Winston breaking down religion. Hold on. Just check this out.
Hey, Ray, do you remember something in the Bible about the last days when the dead would rise from the grave?
I remember Revelation 7:12. And I looked as he opened the sixth seal, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became as black as sackcloth, and the moon became as blood.
And the seas boiled, and the skies fell.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Every ancient religion has its own myth about the end of the world.
Myth. Ray, has it ever occurred to you that maybe the reason we've been so busy lately is because the dead have been rising from the grave?
How about a little music? Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't getting scenes like that no more. But instead, we will have edgy teenage drama and sexual tension.
Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value.
Another problem I have is that the kids are related to Egon Spangler in some way, or that's what the trailer seems to say. And frankly, that is just unoriginal. Even Extreme Ghostbusters chose to have 4 original newcomers come in and bring their own backgrounds and interesting personalities and take on events to the story. Another thing which is really baffling is that they've chosen to go back to a time where nobody knows about ghosts or that ghosts have been forgotten. So it seems that in a lot of ways, this movie is going to have to retread a lot of the ground which Ghostbusters 2 already covered. And after waiting for a decent sequel to the Ghostbusters 2 that we already have, the fact that it's going to have to retread so many plot points is kind of just unoriginal and hacky. And so sorry to be that nitpicky guy, like really sorry, but isn't it a little bit strange that these kids seem to be in the Spangler family lineage, but they just don't know anything about their ancestors' work, and it was just 30 years ago, especially with all the reboots and stuff happening in Hollywood. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like the woof, plot holes already. Okay, let's go.
My name is Erin Gilbert, doctor of particle physics.
Now, I'm definitely going to have to wait to see more of the movie before I make my next judgment fully, but any Ghostbusters fan who is worth their weight in Ecto High C Cooler can definitely attest to this, that one of the main characters in Ghostbusters is the city of New York. And just to have a trailer without any of the hustle and bustle and the electric energy of that mighty metropolis is kind of a sin. And one thing I really think Ghostbusters needs to do when it comes to reinventing itself or just coming up with new characters for the team is step away from certain archetypes. I mean, the character with the glasses has been done. The same way the Terminator series really needs to find a way to step away from using Arnold Schwarzenegger and making it successful. They just really need to just stop that character archetype. It's just like done at this point now. I'm tired of having a hey, did you Egon? It's the Spangler. It's the Spangler. Just the nostalgia.
Holtzman, you're a brilliant engineer.
Now, I was about to go into a whole bunch of separate points about why this just isn't Ghostbusters, but I don't want to sound too overly negative about the film because I don't hate it. I just know what this is. This is a summer action movie which is going to have some cool jokes, some cool special effects, and tug at the old nostalgia strings, like I said before. I mean, my points pretty much already went over why this is definitely not the Ghostbusters movie that we wanted or a Ghostbusters movie. And at this point, I think I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest. Like after the amount of apathy that came over me with the last one, like this was gonna have to be something really special, like really special. And this just ain't it, to tell the truth. This just legitimately isn't it. Now this scene with Ecto One, really cool, really like it. It's really stupid, but apart from that, nothing else is here for me. Like no, nothing. Instead of Sony trying to find actors who are young enough to carry a franchise for the next 10 years, I would have much rather preferred them write a great movie. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about this. Now, as I said, I definitely do not hate it, and I'm actually open to seeing more. Definitely want to see a couple of more trailers, just to hammer those nails home and stuff like that. And I'm not sure about seeing it. Not like, whoa, I don't want to go and see that in the cinema. It's just not exciting me like I thought it would and stuff like that. Like I can pretty much sit this one out and stuff like that. I might go and see it like on a date night and stuff like that. It seems like one of those kind of movies and stuff. Or I can just wait to catch it on Netflix and stuff like that. It seems like one of those movies and stuff like that. It's not like one of those movies like Avengers, which is gonna be like in the cinemas for months and stuff like that, and weeks or whatever. And it could have been one of those movies, but it's just not. So yeah, I don't know. So you guys will get a review eventually. I don't know if it will be like from Netflix or from the cinema and stuff. But hopefully, it, like something changes me around, and at least it's got that potential. And you know what? I'm actually very happy now that we're at this point of the review, reaction, whatever. I'm actually really happy that I managed to make this without mentioning that other movie, you know, the one that just does not exist, you know, the one that just we all banished from our collective sanity in 2016. Yes, that movie. I'm glad I just managed to make this without completely kicking the doo-dooks out of that. So I think everybody should praise me for that, okay? Thank you. But as for this, would like to see it in a cinema. I would definitely like to see it in a cinema. It just not has not convinced me yet. But you know what I'm saying? Good on you guys. Good on you, Jason. Yeah. But yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that great stuff. I will catch you guys later. Sayonara.